and we're going to move on to the last session of the day. It's the sustainability session. And we have Peter Nimmrichter from Wood and Franca. I don't know if you're going to be on, Costantino from Metrolinx talking as well, but I'll do the introductions anyway. So Peter Nimmrichter, James Rockford, and Ben Hunter with Wood actually submitted the abstract. The presentation is on operationalizing sustainability for large railway transit construction projects. Peter leads Wood's Canadian Climate, Resilience, and Sustainability Services program. He's been in the business for 32 years. In 2005, he kind of shifted to climate and sustainability themed projects, given the link between extreme weather and water resources. He shares his resources through a number of professional associations and has attained the Engineers Canada Infrastructure Resilience Professional Credential. That's pretty special, I think. Franca is a senior manager at Metrolinx with over 20 years of experience in project management, having led a number of large infrastructure projects delivered through various project delivery models. He has a bachelor's in civil engineering from the University of Toronto and an MBA from Wilfrid Laurier University. As a part of the GO expansion, Franca is currently responsible for leading the delivery of both the Highway 401, 409 tunnel projects and the Rutherford Station and Great Separation project. And that's a lot. I can tell you that just from experience. So Peter, take it away, please. Peter, are you on mute?
Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. It's Franca.
Okay. Franca, can you want to go or kick Peter under the table?
Sure. Let's give Peter a few more seconds.
I think Peter's there now, guys.
Okay, great. Excellent.
Okay, hopefully people can hear me. I see the little bar thing on my...
Yeah, we're good to go, Peter. Thanks.
Okay, super. Thank you, Kevin. Just acknowledging Kevin, thanks. Frank and I, and just to confirm, Frank is a she, not a he. And we'd both like to thank everyone for attending our presentation this afternoon. Okay, now what's it doing? There we go. So just acknowledging our partners in this presentation this afternoon. Metrolinx is a government Ontario agency created to manage and integrate all modes of transportation in the Greater Toronto-Hamilton area. That's where I am. Well, actually, both Frank and I are both sitting. It's an urban area of about 7 million people. Ellis Don is a world-class construction services company supporting Metrolinx and other clients, and Wood is a partner with Ellis Don for the case study presentations that we'll be discussing this afternoon, as well as others. Now, our presentation this afternoon will begin with an overview of sustainability planning generally, and for construction projects specifically. Franca will provide an overview of Metrolinx as an organization and the GO expansion program, of which our case study projects are components. And we'll provide a walkthrough describing how we've integrated sustainability into the 2 case study projects that are part of that expansion program. Now, sustainability is fundamentally about doing something today that does not inhibit our ability to do something tomorrow. This way of thinking crystallized in the late 1980s and is founded on the 3 pillars of environment, economics, and our society and the communities where we live. And this is fundamentally the last presentation talked about some of these things from an environmental perspective. Each of these transit agencies and class-run railroads in North America have adopted a corporate sustainability strategy. These strategies very much focus on ensuring prosperity and enabling quality of life, protection of the environment, and promotion of a prosperous and competitive economy. While these organizations consider sustainability strategies as part of their planning initiatives, it is not clear whether their sustainability themes are being pushed down to their construction activities. Of these, only Sydney Metro was found to have aspirational targets for key sustainability indicators such as waste diversion. And I'd like to pass the conversation over to Franca. You there, Franca?
Thank you, Peter. Sorry, next slide, please. Alrighty. Great. In 2015, Metrolinx issued its corporate sustainability strategy with a focus of the 5 priority goals as noted in the attached figure, which everybody is seeing. Primarily, the strategy is focused on providing reliable, safe, and accessible public transportation, which brings environmental and social benefits. Such benefits would include reduced greenhouse gas emissions and improved air quality, less traffic congestion, and wider access to jobs, markets, education, healthcare, and of course, social opportunities. At Metrolinx, our mandate is in transforming mobility across the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area. The Regional Transportation Plan is guiding the work being done such that we can provide an integrated transportation system that contributes to a high quality of life, strong, prosperous, and competitive economy, and of course, a protected environment now and in the future. We also want to ensure that we're embedding sustainability into our culture, policies, and decision-making processes. It helps us think differently on how we build infrastructure, how we manage our operations, and how we're going to serve the growing communities. And it gives us an understanding of how we will measure and track our sustainability efforts. Next slide, please. Metrolinx is presently in the midst of delivering its GO expansion program, which will transform the GO rail network into a modern, convenient, rapid transit system and provide two-way, all-day train service on core segments of the network. GO expansion, again, is an investment program that will transform the GO rail into rapid rail system that provides the expanded mobility the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area needs to accommodate growth and maintain a high quality of life and prosperous economy. GO expansion is one of Canada's largest infrastructure and transport projects. Some key examples as shown on the slide include we will be building 205 kilometers of new track, 687 kilometers of electrified track. We're upgrading 42 stations, and doing so, we will be increasing the number of weekly trips on the GO transit system from 1,500 to over 6,000. Next slide, please. In the upcoming slides, we will be discussing project-specific sustainability plans for 2 of our major construction projects, namely the Highway 401 Rail Tunnel project and the reconstruction of the Rutherford GO Station projects. Next slide. The Rutherford GO Station project, as shown on the screen, is a component of the GO expansion program. The infrastructure improvements will include a second track, complete with covered platform, a new station building, and a 1,200 parking garage. Also included is an upgraded bus loop for more seamless connections to York Region Transit and improvements to the passenger pickup and drop-off area, commonly referred to as a kiss and ride area. A grade separation will also be built, which will enhance the community safety and prevent drivers from having to wait at the rail crossing. To improve pedestrian and cyclist connectivity, dedicated bike lanes will also be added and a pedestrian bridge will also be installed. Infrastructure upgrades such as the construction of the third track infrastructure will also further help accommodate increased capacity on the Barrie GO line as part of the planned expansion. Next slide, please. Our next project that we want to focus is the Highway 401 Rail Tunnel project. This too is a component of the GO expansion program. The project includes construction of twin tunnels under highways 401 and 409, which is immediately north of an existing tunnel that is there now. And the length is approximately 180 meters long and passes beneath 21 lanes of traffic. It will accommodate 2 tracks, allowing for more frequent GO rail service. Following construction of the new tunnel, the track alignment will be revised, resulting in 2 mainline tracks operating through each tunnel. In addition to increasing capacity on the specific corridor, the GO Kitchener corridor, the Highway 409 rail tunnel project will provide key infrastructure upgrades, which include outfitting of the tunnel with mechanical and electrical support systems, stormwater management upgrades, and also preparatory works for the future track installations. Once complete, the project will eventually allow for all-day, 2-way electrified GO train service between Toronto and Waterloo regions. Peter will discuss more specifics in the following slides on how sustainability is incorporated.
Thank you, Franca. Sustainability in construction is a broad and complex subject that must be considered from the earliest stages of project development, as the potential environmental, social, and economic impacts can be significant. The incorporation of a project-specific sustainability plan is critical to understanding and managing these potential impacts. The elements within the sustainability plan will often include resource consumption, reuse, recycling, repurposing, that is aspects of circular economy, the environment, and socioeconomic issues. Further, the construction industry is one of the largest consumers of raw materials, and conventionally very little of the waste generated from its activities have been recycled, repurposed, or reused, constituting a major concern for the environment. By 2025, it is expected that the building sector will generate as much as 2.2 billion tons of waste. The project sustainability plans for the 2 case study projects that we're discussing this afternoon draw from relevant elements of the 5 key Metrolinx sustainability themes and the underlying 22 actions and measurements defined in the corporate strategy, as well as multiple referenced subdocuments, the specific project requirements defined across about 1,200 pages of materials, and the lead requirements where certification is being pursued and for the Rutherford station reconstruction. The overall plan itself also includes annual reporting requirements, and these plans are incorporated within each project's environmental management system. The project-specific sustainability plans have defined key performance indicators, or KPIs, which have been aligned with the corporate sustainability strategy, the underlying data for which are monitored through the life cycle of construction and measured annually. These KPIs highlight how procurement is done in a sustainable manner, how the project supports employment, training, mental health, and local economic development, seeks to ensure that climate change risks are understood and addressed in the design, monitoring of energy and water consumption and waste management, how the design can facilitate easy integration of future works and communication of these activities to stakeholders. There we go. The matrix that's shown on the screen now is a combined reflection of the 25 or so high-level KPIs across both case study projects. Key data supporting quantification or confirmation of KPIs is ongoing through the construction project lifecycle and reported annually in a scorecarding method. In many instances, a KPI will support more than one strategic sustainability theme. And the following 2 slides are images from the 2019 Highway 401 Rail Tunnel Project Sustainability Report Card, and these slides will help us highlight a few items. The annual report card provides an opportunity to communicate trends and changes in individual KPIs. In doing so, the scorecard supports planning for future construction activities. The scorecard information is reviewed at all levels, and it provides a mechanism for documenting when a KPI has been attained, and also explanation of circumstances and/or issues when a KPI could not be achieved. It is also useful to highlight trends such as waste diversion, which was increased threefold from year 1 to year 2 for this particular project. We've also encountered instances whereby a KPI has been defined at project outset that because of the way the project has evolved and planned approaches change, has been determined through the KPI monitoring measuring process not to be relevant or to be obtuse to the intended purpose. The scorecarding process provides a mechanism to acknowledge these issues and that it can be recognized that a change management process needs to be engaged to remove the KPI from continued consideration or alter its definition in a way to bring it back into alignment with construction project activities in support of the Metrolinx sustainability goals. Through the compilation of the KPIs for these case study projects and others that are part of the expansion program, across their individual life cycles, a foundation of information is developing upon which aspirational targets can be developed for future undertakings. For those instances when a KPI must be altered, a change management process is engaged. In general, the change management process defines the methods and procedures by which a process alteration is implemented, and developing a structured approach to change is critical to ensuring a beneficial transition while mitigating potential project disruptions. Continual improvement provides the opportunity to approach change in small incremental steps, thereby reducing stress and minimizing the path to improvement. The change management process embodied within the project-specific sustainability plans uses this framework and involves constructors, owners, and stakeholders in the process where relevant. Every sustainability plan has some element of continuous improvement. For our projects, the case study management process seeks to understand perhaps why a KPI target was not attained or why the definition of a KPI is in conflict with the manner by which the project is evolving. In cases where the KPI has not been attained, the supporting processes can be reviewed and augmented and or revised to better support the associated sustainability theme or specific goals. Or where the KPI is out of kilter, its definition can be reviewed to better understand the disconnect with the project and then revised to better align with the manner by which the project is being completed and the associated sustainability goals. In closing, the Metrolinx sustainability strategy builds on the regional transportation plan by focusing on how Metrolinx can plan, build, and operate to achieve meaningful progress towards sustainability in areas that is not addressed in existing Metrolinx strategies and plans. The strategy helps Metrolinx think differently about how it builds infrastructure, manages its operation, and serves the growing communities of the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area. And with that, Franca and I would like to thank you very much for your time this afternoon. And if you have any questions, we would be happy to do our best to address them.
Peter and Franca, thank you so much. That is definitely interesting how, how KPIs are evolving and how, how they're being developed. Just the whole strategy behind that is just evolving. It's just fascinating, I think. I don't see any questions, but yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Peter, go ahead.
No, I was just going to echo that. It was very interesting, going through the process of reviewing the corporate strategy, all the associated documents. There's a climate change adaptation strategy. There are design requirements. There are the project-specific requirements, as we noted, and trying to equate all of the requirements back to individual corporate sustainability goals was a very interesting process.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving variables there.
Absolutely.
Not easy. All right. Well, thank you so much again, Peter and Franca. We really appreciate it.